first class for Revit architecture. Revit architecture or Revit. This is a full package of Revit architecture, structure, and Revit MEP. So for each Revit structure, Revit MEP, you don't have to install uh, different software. Within this package, you will get Revit architecture, all the tools related to architecture, all the tools related to structure, and related to MEP within this package, all are available. So this is a very intelligent software to create your BIM model and generate all the information and generate all the schedules, all the creating all your documents. So you can place intelligent elements like walls, doors, your duct pipes, your structural rebars. These things you can place. You can create elevation sections. You can generate schedules. Okay, and it is also used for like creating your structural analysis. For creating structural analysis, you can create your structural model that will optimize building performance in early stage design and run cost estimates, and you can monitor performance over the lifetime of the project and the building. You can generate photorealistic renderings through the software, can create documentation with cutaways and 3D views and stereo panoramas to extend your design to virtual reality. And also, uh, beyond that, we need coordination and collaboration within our team. So Revit is also capable to do so. Revit is a multidiscipline BIM platform. You can share model data with engineers and contractors within Revit, reducing coordination tasks. And as I've mentioned earlier, that this is the complete package, and that is the biggest advantage to provide all the collaboration and the coordination work easily. We have the work sharing option for our collaboration. So we are going to learn about that also. So architecture, Revit architecture is the base for this Revit package, and you will learn some common tasks for uh, creating any models, and you will understand how Revit helps you to create a model and generate all the informations. So these common tools will help you to identify how you can create any structural model or either MEP model. You can create it. Okay. So this is all about the Revit software. So Revit was initially developed only for architecture, but later on it was developed for structural MP also. So that is why the architecture is the base, you can say, uh, and all the things related to that. Not only related to projects, you will find out within architectural discipline, like creating your uh, levels, creating grids. So these are the common part of your project, whole project. So these are not related to uh, any particular discipline, right? So this is all about Revit, and this software uh, was released in 2003 initially. I think as much I can remember. Uh, in 2005, Revit structure was introduced, and in 2006, Revit MEP. Uh, it was, I think, yes, in 2006, Revit MEP was launched. Uh, uh, then initially it was named as Revit Building for the architecture, and then it was renamed as Revit Architecture. And since like 2013, all these different disciplines have been rolled into one product. and that is simply called Revit. And within this package, you have all these things. Okay, so this was initially not developed by Autodesk. This was initially developed by Charles River Software. Okay, so that was a company founded in 1997, and then they named their company as Revit Technology Corporation in 2000, and that is acquired by Autodesk in 2002. The software uh, and the company, and that software, you know how much it is capable, right? So that is all about this Revit software. And if you want to know much in details about the history, so you can search in the like in internet, you can have all this informations. So let's not deep into the history more. Let's start exploring our software itself. So this is the GUI you can see. Okay, so here you can see these are your recent files. If you are using the later version of your Revit software, like 2019, so for 2019 the screen will be different. From 2020, you will have this kind of screen. So where you will not find out the ribbon, as because at this earlier stage, we don't actually use the ribbon and we don't need to even see it. So that is a good update, I think. Here you see that recent files are available here, all the recent model files, some family files which have created, used. So these recent files are here, family files. So this is a kind of dynamic block, and this is more parametric, means uh, with the parameters you can control uh, your your family file, and you can generate all the informations, and that's what we need for our BIM model. So you can understand that each and every component in Revit is a family file. Uh, Here we have option to create a new model file or to open existing model file. And here we also have option to open existing family file and to create a new family file. So if I going to create a new file, it's asking me to choose template, choose template for my project. Okay. And if I'm going to choose this new option in family, it will also ask me to choose family template.
Sir,
Yes.
uh, what is family file?
I will come on this part later. Right now, I just given you
Okay.
the overview. That is,
Okay.
it's kind of similar to your dynamic block, how dynamic block performs. Here you
Okay.
can see this a 3D model, and you can perform it like a dynamic block, and it is more parametric. All the parameters are there, and all the parameters are not only to like you can just use it to see it, but it is attached with your model, so you can control your parameters. Through your parameters you can control the model, you can change the model configuration, you can change the model geometry with the parameters, and even if you change in the model, the parameters get updated, and with the help of the parameters you can extract all the informations in your schedules, and you can do cost estimations and all the things. So about the
Okay.
family, I will come in details when I will take the class for family. There you will learn about how to create family, all the family types, and what it is exactly. You will explore it definitely. Okay, so what I'm showing you that when I'm going to create a new family file, it's asking me to choose a template file. Even if I'm going for creating a new model file, it's asking me for template file. So first we have to learn about template file, what it is called template file. I think during the AutoCAD classes, I have explained all of you about template. So that is the same thing for each and every modeling software or 3D modeling software or any uh, 3D software or any CAD or BIM software you are using. There, if you are using template, the same thing is applied. So within a template, some settings are there. Okay. So what does this setting mean? Some pre-settings mean. You have some units. You have some preloaded family files for your work purpose. Some basic family files are preloaded. Some labels are already created. So some configurations are already there as per the template. So that is set as per uh, work related purpose. It is created. Okay. So if you choose the right template, so you uh, will have all these pre-settings loaded when you load this template file, so that as soon as you load this and you open this project file with this template, so as soon as you open it, you can start your work. You don't have to go for creating all the settings and all. So you can start for it. Okay, so here you see that we have this imperial and metric units. So if you go for metric, you will have metric units like default. In default you will have millimeter, and if you go for imperial you will have inches. In default you can change it in feet, or all the imperial units feet and inches, so you can choose it. And metric, so one unit should be default, so that is you can change it in centimeter or meter, that you can change it. And for our project related, also we have architectural template, structural template. These templates are there. So you can choose the right template, and this will help you to start your project as soon as you launch this. You can go to this browse option, and there you find out these are the things available here. And this is your imperial folder, and this is the folder path. You can see that within your C drive you have this program data folder, and within that you have this Autodesk folder, and within that you have this RVT 2021. So that is created as per your version. Suppose you are installing RVT 2019, then you will have RVT 2019 folder, and within that you have this template folder. And as per your region, your country, you will be choosing this folder. Suppose you are a Chinese, and you can choose this Chinese one. Okay. And you have this two option for English and English Imperial. So English one is for metric, and this Imperial one for feet and inches, this kind of unit. So you can choose it. Okay. Let's go for English, and here we have some templates available here. And this one you can see that this is some uh, only for residential. Okay. And we have some for structural analysis. Okay, so these things are available here. This systems. So this systems, this is for MEP purpose. When you get this system, so that is for MEP purpose. Okay, and we have this structural options. We have each like mechanical as a different, plumbing as a different. And if I choose systems, so that means MEP or MEPF altogether. So that is the template for MEPF discipline. Here you have electrical and all. So you can choose this default metric. If your work is related to all the projects together, so then you can choose this default metric. Okay. And for conceptuals also you have this commercial also you have. Okay, so that you can define. And Let me choose this metric architectural template. And here you see that we have this two option, create new project or other project template. Suppose you are working in a particular company or in a particular project. So as per the EIR or BIM execution plan, okay, you need to create one project template. So that template will be used by all the project members. So within that project template, you know what to include. So what you will include, you will define the unit, you will create some levels, and you will name your levels, you will place all the grids as per the project layout. So the base layout is already created. Suppose the base layout is created, and you can put your landscape design there, and as per that you can start creating your model. Okay, and the location, your coordinates. Okay, so that you will create, and as per that you can set it as a template, and that template, whether the structural team is using and creating their model, they will use the same template. If MEP team is going to create their new model file, so they will their this template. So you can create your own template file. So you have to choose the default one from this Autodesk, okay, which is created here. So you can choose this default one if it is related. So this will ease. You don't have to create that much. You don't have to change that much if you are choosing the right template. And even if you are creating, so if you are creating project template, so you can choose project template, this one, and you can go with this project if you are using this template, and you will be creating it as a project. Okay, so now let me cancel it. And here if I'm going to show you, this family new option is there, and here also you have this template file. So these template files are for family files, okay, to create family files. Okay, so you say that we have this English option for title blocks, for conceptual mask, for annotation, for each model, for each component, like baluster, creating curtain panel, door, all the furnitures, windows, for each components within your building or within your infrastructure or any civil related project. For each we have components. So generally this Revit is for building related job, we can do it more efficiently, but this is capable to create any kind of civil infrastructure project. So here you can create bridges, you can create culverts, you can create pipes, so that you can create. But the basic and default components you will find out uh, are related to buildings, maybe commercial or any kind of buildings you can apply. So those are the basic components you will have. Now you can see that we have one project file, one project template file, we have family file, and we have family template file. So we have these four kind of files in Revit. Okay. So you have to remember the file types. So what is the file type for project? That is, here you can see architecture.rbt. So .rbt is the file type for your Revit project. Okay. And if you are using template file, so what is the extension file type for this project template file? So here you can see this is .rte, .rte or star.rte. Okay, this is the file type, star.rte. All right, this is the file type. And about the family files. So for the family files, you see the .rft is the family template file. So file type is the .rft for family template file. Okay, and for your family file, the type is .rfa. You can see .rfa is the extension type for Revit family file. So this thing you have to remember. Why? Because this will help you to identify what kind of file it is. And as per that, you will utilize. Now let's go with this new one. And I'm going to choose this metric architectural template and I'll click on this create new and let's create a new project. And I'm opening this new project file and here you see that this ribbon is activated right now. Okay. All right. So you are currently using Revit 2019. So that doesn't mean that I'm using the advanced version. So that's why I'm having this template. You have to download this template. So I will show you also that how you can download some templates from Autodesk. Okay, for external purpose, you can download. So some default templates will be listed when you installed. And if you need more, you can download and install from Autodesk. So that I'll show you here. Uh, now here you say the ribbon is activated. Okay, so this is the ribbon, and these are your ribbon tabs. Here you have the similar like AutoCAD. The panel is there. So this is the build panel. So here you see that wall, door, window, these are available within your build panel. And this railing, ramp, stair, these are available within this circulation panel and so on. We have. So this is your ribbon and you have this quick access toolbar. Here you can see this is these are the tools available within this quick access toolbar. Okay. And we have this properties palette. This is the properties palette and we have this project browser available here. So you can fix like this also. So that is a common thing which is available like this way. Okay. And this properties. So you have to like drag towards the left side, the most extended left side, and then you will see one window will pop up. Just a second. Let me position it here. Yeah. So here it will come like this. So at the default condition, you may have this properties palette at the left side or the project browser maybe at the left side and properties palette to the right side. You may have like this. And if it is not available, so do right click. Here you have to check this properties palette. If it is not available, you have to right click on this screen and check this properties palette and you can have it. And if you're not having this project browser, so you can right click and there you see the browser is there. So project browser available here. Okay, so these are some other browser for MEPF, MEP related purpose. So this is your project browser. I will definitely describe what is project browser, what is properties palette. Right now, let's just know about how to have them. Okay. And right now you can see we have some options for structural component. We have some tools to create architecture related components. Here we have this structural components. You have steel components also precast. Okay. and you have this system. So where you can create your HVAC, mechanical, plumbing, electrical components you can create within this system tab. Okay, and we have this insert to insert import some other external files like PDF, image, CAD files, uh, point cloud. These files can do it. Okay, just a second. This Microsoft team is blocking the screen. Okay, now let me show you. Here you see some view tab is there, some other analyze tab is there. So for creating any or applying any load, you can choose this analyze tab. You can have this massing and site, topo surface, this option. So mass, this tool will help you to create any free form model or any organic shaped building can create it by mass, or any kind of shape you can create it by massing. All right, so we have collaborate option. With the help of this collaborate, we can collaborate within our team. We can create one master file, and we can collaborate by our local files with the master file. So that we are going to learn also. Here we have a view tab to create some views like section 3D views, some detailed views, some elevations, and creating sheet. Okay, and controlling our visibility for each view. We have this visibility graphics. We have filter option. So that we are going to learn about also. And here we have some view templates. We will apply some view templates, and about the template, you already know what is called template. And here you can easily understand with the help of view template. So as per our scene, we will reserve all the settings as a template file so that we can use this those settings, just selecting the right template. So we'll obviously we are going to learn this also. And let me show you about adding all these things within your user interface. You see this view cube option is checked. So this view cube will be visible only in the 3D view. This navigation bar, the project browser is there. So here also you can check uncheck your project browser. Okay. This status bar is available here. Status bar workspace, status bar design options are available here. Okay, so let me choose this user interface option, and here you see this status bar, and that status bar you can control it. And within the status bar, we have this work set option. Okay, so what is about a work set? We will definitely learn later. And this status bar design option is there also, so that is available. And we have this browser organization, so these options are available. So I will definitely cover this thing in details. Okay, and here we also have this keyboard shortcuts. So we have this keyboard shortcuts for each tools. We have some shortcuts, and we can easily activate just pressing those shortcuts. Like AutoCAD, we don't have to type and enter. We just have to press the keyboards. Like here you can see this properties is the shortcut is PP or Control 1 or VP. These are here. So if I press PP, you see that properties palette is not available right now. If I press Control 1, properties palette is available here. And if I press VP, that is gone. Again, if I press VP, it is present. Okay, so these are the shortcut things which is available here. And we have a collaborate tab. There you can collaborate, you can choose collaboration. Okay, so let me go to this file tab here. And within this file tab, you see that you have this new option, and you just place your mouse on this arrow. You will find out these options. So you can create either new project or a family file or as a separate conceptual mask. So that will open a particular template, a specified template for creating conceptual mask. You can create a title block, a separate title block template will open. You can create annotation symbol. Okay, so like you can create your own annotation symbol to apply in a project. If you have already created some of this, you can open it here, project family, project or family. So everything will come under family. All the other things you see here, like this conceptual mask, title block, annotation symbol, this will come under this family. And here later we will learn about how to load this family. You have this open option. So if you have any external files like IFC, so this is uh, these are some file format. Okay, so you have any Revit file type, you can open it. Okay, so that you see that like here you see this annotation symbol. This is a Revit file type, so that you can open it here with the help of this Revit. Okay, so that you can open up this Revit file. Suppose you want to create a new template file, right? So for that also you have to, or you want to, what I say, you want to modify your existing template file. So for that you will choose Revit and then you will be selecting that template file. Okay, so these are the options. And you can also import with this open option. And we have this save as, and with the help of save as, you can save it as a template file also. Later also, suppose you have selected a project at the initial condition, but later you decide to save it as a template also, so that you can do it save as a template. Okay, you can print it also. You have this export option, so you can export it in different format. To convert it into different format, you can choose this export option. So DWF CAD format, you can generate it as a DWG file. We have this FBX, so this will save this 3D view. Okay, only it will save the 3D model. All right, so you can open this FBX file in 3ds Max or any that kind of only 3D modeling software, like in SketchUp, in 3ds Max, you can open it. And we have this IFC format. So that is the industry foundation classes. The format name is industry foundation classes. And this is a particular data format that has the purpose to allow the inter-exchange of an information model without loss or distortion of data. So suppose you say that you are using right now Revit 2019, and right now I'm using 2021 version. For Revit, one restriction is there. You in the upper version, you can open the lower version file. But if you are using the lower version software, you cannot open the upper version saved file. Suppose if I am saving any model file and if I send it, you cannot open in lower version like Revit 2019. So for that, what I need to do is I need to export it as IFC file. Okay. And we have some option for print. We can print all the sheets together. For that, we have this batch print option available. Print preview, print setup options are there available, and printing the single sheet, we have this print option available. So let's go for more options there. Here you see the general options are there, and here you like it will not automatically save or it will not create any auto backup. Suppose if you are facing any fatal error or you are using desktop and it is not connected to uh, your CPU, so your power cut may hamper your project. So for that, you will set a reminder option so that for each interval of 30 minutes, or here you can set to 15 minutes. For each interval of 50 minutes, you get the uh, reminder for saving it and synchronize with central model also. So for collaboration, we will create one master file and you will be using your local file. And with the central file, you need to synchronize and you need to release your task to update in the master file so other team members can also see it. So that also need to synchronize. So it's like you're working in your local file and you are saving it to the uh, master file. That is the meaning of synchronize. And not only it reflected uh, in the central file, but all the changes, all the other local files which is updated in the central file, that will be reflected in your local file as well. So that is the meaning of synchronize with central file. And here you see this is the username. If you're logged in with your Autodesk account, here you will see it. Okay. Now let me show you about the user interface. So these are the available here. Suppose you are architect, so you will not be creating any MEP model. So for that you don't need this system tab, electrical tools, system tab, mechanical tools. These things you don't need it. So you can uncheck. So here you will not find out. Let me just show you this system tab. So this systems tab MEP, mechanical electrical piping. So this I have unchecked. And if I click on OK, so here you will see that system tab is not available here. Okay, so make sure this is checked here. Okay, if you're not finding it out, make sure these are checked here. And here also you have this keyboard shortcuts. So you have to know where these options are available. Okay, so you have to keep in mind, you have to remember all these things where this keyboard shortcuts available. I've already showed another options where you will find out keyboard shortcuts. And this is another location where you will find out keyboard shortcuts. You can click on this customize and this keyboard shortcuts option will, this keyboard shortcut window will pop up. KS is the shortcut for your keyboard shortcut window. Okay, and here you have this double click options available here. So you see that when you double click on a family, it will edit the family. And for each options, you see, when you double click on this element, what will be the action? So that is the things you can change it from here also. If you want to uh, customize it, you can do it from here. All right. So about the tooltip assistance, if you need any assistance that you can choose. Okay. So about the tooltip assistance, I will show you what is about this tooltip assistance. Now let me go with this graphics, and here you see the color for background. If you need a black color, so that you can apply here and click on black. And about the selection, so when you will be selecting any object, this will be the color. And pre-selection. Pre-selection means when you hover your mouse on any particular object, so that is called your pre-selection. Before the selection, what will be the color? And any warning is there, so this will be highlighted in this color. If you're calculating, so for that you can choose any other different color. Let me show you with this color. And if you're editing your rebars, that you can choose this one. And this is your hardware, so you can see this is the card here. And what is the driver version here, you can see. And everything is there. Okay, so use this hardware acceleration. Okay, and about the file location, so these are the path where your template files are there. Okay, and this is the default path where your uh, model will be saved when you will be saving it. And for family template file, for this cloud file. Okay, and for rendering we have this, you can assign some rendering paths also. You can add a value. So about this check spelling, okay, you can choose this. All right. You have this steering wheels. So for that we have this settings. We have this view cube and macros. Macros are some kind of script to run here some animation for the tool tips. Okay, so so let me show you that. Let me click on OK, and here you see the background is changed, background color is changed. You can come back again, option. Is this graphics option is there, and here you can get back your white. Click on OK, on OK. Okay, so right now let me show you about the tool tips. Suppose let me go with this door here. And when I'm placing this mouse only, here you see some images are popped up. Sorry, guys. So this is about the tool tips. Okay. So you, whenever you are hovering your mouse or placing your mouse on any icon or any tool, you will find up this tool tips, and that is the macro. Some scripts are there. Uh, you can do the changes options, and here you have, so these options are there. So you can disable these things. Let me click on OK. Okay, so these are still coming. Okay, so let me go for this options, macros. Okay, so you have to start. So next time when you start, it will be reflected. Here you can see this this setting will take effect the next time Revit starts. Okay, so it will not be applied right now. So I'm not going to start it again. You can check it. Okay, guys. So do this change and check it and let me know. All right. So here you see this is your drawing area. Okay, and you already know which is called the status bar. And we have like view bar, you can say this is your view bar. So we will be controlling our views with these options like view scale, visibility, uh, visual style, detail, views, sun settings, shadows, highlighting or hiding any objects. Okay, and within this screen, you see these are your elevation cameras are there. Okay, so these will create elevations. Okay, these are your elevation marker or elevation cameras are there. So that you will find out within this view option. And there you will see that this elevations are there. So, you can create also in any particular angle. You can also create elevation. Okay, so these things you will find out in default condition. At east, this is created. East, this north, this one at the west and the south is created. Okay, so here you see that with this elevation, you have this view option. So this is your camera, you can say. Okay, and this one is named as south. Okay, this one will create elevation. So within this camera, if you place your model, you will have it in elevations. Okay, so if you were not having it, you can create it by this option elevation. Okay, so you have to create this elevation here and you have to place it. So like this, you will have it. See, okay, and you can place it here. And after placing it, so if you want to escape from any particular tool or any particular command, so you can right click and cancel, or you can press escape double times. Okay, and here let me select this, and there you see at this direction I have this view activated. So from this direction I will have my elevation view, and in this direction this camera is set for the elevation view. You can choose in this direction also. You can include this two direction. You can uncheck this direction, and this view elevation one will be deleted. So this one is created here, and that view will be deleted from the project browser as well. Okay, you can also see this is right now vertically and horizontally aligned, and you can choose this rotation also. So at any particular angle, you can rotate it. Okay. So right now, I'm not going to do it. So I will delete it here, and this one will be deleted as well. Okay, so this how we do it. And we have this properties. So every properties, all the information will be highlighted here. You see that even for this floor plan. So this is right now floor plan. Okay, at the uh, default level. I'm currently. And for this floor plan also, we have these informations. What is the view scale for this? What is the display detail level? And all this informations we have. So at the uh, front of your properties palette, all this information, these are called uh, instance properties. Okay, instance properties. And we have this edit type option. If you go to this edit type, so this type properties, this is the type properties. So for this, we are using family, you see, this family is there. So about family, we will discuss later about the system family, loadable family, in place family, this kind of families we have. So we will discuss about it. And at the earlier, I have already mentioned that each component in Revit are families. Okay. So right now, just know this, that each component, each element in Revit are families. Okay, and we have some types of families. And about the properties, so each element, either that is a view element or that is a model element, will have properties. Okay, so we have two kind of properties, that is instance properties, another one is type properties. Okay, so what is instance properties and what is type properties? Instance properties is for individual element, and type properties is for that category element. Let me give you an example. We all are attending the classes. We all are human, right? So if I talk about some properties uh, which are related to human species, right? Suppose we have our eyes or nose or all the things we have available as per our human species. So these are the type properties. These are the type properties. But if I talk about the height, so right now for me, my current height will not be similar for all the human species. So that is my individual property, right? That is my individual property. Or weight, that is my individual property. That is the instance property for that object. Okay. And we have type properties as well. So I hope you understand that type properties, like we have two legs. So that is the type properties. If I like if I apply three legs, so all the human species will have three legs. Okay, so that is type properties. If I change, if I like apply, suppose God is the designer, and in Revit they are like God is creating human species, and one human he is opening the old human species file, inserted in Revit, and then he changed in the edit type or the type properties. He applied, he changed the number of legs into three, three number of legs. So all the human species will now, from now, will have three number of legs. So that is about the type properties. In the funnier language, I have explained it. I hope you understand the with this layman's language, the easier way. Uh, so that is about type properties and instance properties. And we have our project browser. So project browser helps you to uh, organize all the views and all your sheets, all your schedules, families. You can organize here as per your project. Okay. Uh, Here you can see that we have some floor plans created. So as per default levels, we have this floor plan, ceiling plans, and we have this elevations. Okay. So let me show you, let me choose any elevation, and there you see that we have this two default levels, and in each level we have our plan views. So everything is organized within this project browser. So that is all about the project browser, and you can dock it like this here. Let me dock it like this here, so that I can have a bigger space for my drawing area. Okay. And here you see right now this as tab views. Right now this tab views is selected. TW is the shortcut. You can choose tile views. So all other views are opened, uh, will be adjusted, will be fit within this viewport or this area, drawing area. And if I'm opening another view, like 3D view. If I'm opening the 3D view, so here you see that 3D view is opened, and if I switch to tile views and this 3 tiles, it's adjusted within this viewport. This way I can control it. So in later version like 2017 or 18, you may not have this tab views or this tile views. So you may not have this tab views, I guess. Tile views are available in the previous versions. So for that, what we had to do is we had to click on this switch windows, and you can switch to 3D, you can switch to elevation, and this way. Okay, so right now this one is active. You can click on this. So this one is active. You can see the name is uh, highlighted in bold. So that is the meaning. This one is active. Okay, so again, you can click on this tab views and you have this tab views back there. And here you have this visual styles, this view scales available. So you can change your view scales there. Okay. So these things we can apply it. So later we'll explore these things when we'll create some objects and models that will help us to see the effects properly. So that is now we have this, just a second. We have this quick access toolbars. This quick access toolbar, which help you to access some commonly used and mostly used tools like tag, creating section, 3D view, creating text, undo, redo, save, open. These options are available. Here you have this customize option available, so you can show below the ribbon. You can add it here as well, so that you can do it. And you know how to customize it. If you want to add any tool there, like the new, you can add it here as well. Okay, so that thing is available here. Okay, so that is the introduction. I hope you understand. And now you know, you are aware of this UI. Okay, now you can access it. And in the next class, we will start creating projects. Okay, so thank you all. Thank you very much.